Like I said, I'm gonna keep this on a 2 week cadence, a 2 week basis with y'all. So I'm trying to stick to that. Again, hold me to that. I got some of my friends holding me to this. So I appreciate y'all. And everything else that's going on. Turn down the headphones right quick. So I can get that music out my ears. So I can just talk. There we go. Come on, computer. But yeah, man, what's going on? What's going on? Like I said, I'm back. I'm back at it again. Recording. We're back in the studio. Backdrop lights or dramatic glare. Yeah, that's so again, I hope everything is going good. If you haven't heard me since the last episode of this January, again, Happy New Year. So, again, we can go ahead and hop into it. So this episode is having fear with strength. And I have in parentheses not working, not wanting to control give myself weak wrong, but okay, you just got that feeling and you just want to rush through it and you just want to not even rush through it, but you know that this is a good episode. Just write it down. That's what I'm doing. But so yeah, let's recap before we hop into the meat of it. Let's recap. So what's happened since? Last episode? Went to a wedding in Pensacola, Florida. That was cool. That was most recently. Um, went to a wedding in Pensacola. Visited Pensacola. Pensacola is a nice military retirement city. I can see why retired military vets like that city. It's pretty nice. What else has happened since? Don't remember. Maybe I should start taking notes of that too. But other than that, well, I mean, again, I took my plant to the plant shop on Sunday when I got back from Pensacola. So that was a thing. So now I think I'm expected to have 3 plant children. I think people call them plant babies. And my girlfriend is expected to have 2. So yeah, growing these things out. I have a snake plant. I have a snake plant. I forgot the one that she has, but it's like a real big leaf. It's not elephant ears. However, it's another one. And it's growing pretty well. So again, we got the purifying air and whatever the other one does. So yeah, gotta go pick those up right after this video. So I'm gonna time myself, but not time myself because again, I just want to give it to you guys naturally and just whatever flows out, flows out. That's what's happened since. How's January going overall? January's going pretty good. Again, it's a new year, new goal setting and stuff like that. How's January going? So I did my Q1 goals. Got some goals. Got some stuff to do for myself, for work, and for my, I guess, my health. So it's actually categorized. Personal goals, health goals, and work goals. And then on the side of that, I have a couple of like little quotes that I think out and stuff like that. So my personal goals are more like selfish goals, but yeah, more like selfish goals. My health goals, again, things to keep me in good health, good wealth, good high spirit things. And then my work goals are my work goals. I mean, again, I work this job 8 hours a day, Monday to Friday. So I gotta have goals and try to accomplish things while I am sitting at my desk / the studio. But yeah, I'm trying to do that. What's new? Nothing too much. Like I said, got my plant baby coming home today, so that should be a thing. And then again, edit this podcast and get it out to you guys, whether it's the video or the audio. Again, look out for the video. The videos are coming soon. I got some advice to make it better, I would say. So yeah, we're working on that. I just increased the mic, so probably you guys are probably gonna hear an increase in my voice around this time. Let me turn this so where we at with this? So me talking points. Let's go. never wanting to be called weak. So, like I said, this name of this episode is having fear with strength, and not wanting to be called weak. So again, as we know, this is the Marfan homie. This is a podcast taking on my experiences with Marfan syndrome, and the people that decide to come on here, and we talk about our experiences with Marfan syndrome and diagnosis alike, and just like what it was coming up, and basically, I mean, how things were. So one of the things that I was often like looked at or called as was weak, because again, I didn't have quote unquote meat in my bones. I was skinny. I was lanky. This, that, and the third. So I was typically always called skinny and weak. Like, oh my gosh, you're so skinny. You're not strong. This, that. And I mean, again, I think that it's not that I was strong. I mean, I was a child at the same time. Again, you develop strength as you get older. It's not necessarily, you're not blessed with Hercules strength at 1 year old. Like, it doesn't happen like that. So, but again, now that you have something that might be not necessarily hindering you, but like slowing you down on getting that strength and that muscle build, it's a little hard. I would say it's a little hard to open a jar of whatever the case may be. But I think me not wanting to be called weak at certain points in time definitely helped me. Like, having that in the back of my mind definitely helped me. Like, look for those strengthful moments, or look for the times that I could, I guess, portray how strong I am and stuff like that. So yeah, that was definitely one thing. Those were like, again, not me wanting to be called weak. So I would say, like, as I got older, I would do different things that would be like a testament of strength and stuff like that. Like, I would climb a ladder, because again, this is like having fear without being strong. Again, I'm afraid of heights. I'm still afraid of heights, but again, I'm stronger with still having the fear of being the heights. But I would just do things that would classify me as being strong. And again, I think it's a man thing, it's a boy thing, whatever the case may be. But it's just, again, if everyone's calling you weak, you're weak, you're skinny, you're weak, you're skinny, you don't necessarily want to be called that anymore. Because again, it's the same thing with like being called a crybaby. Like, again, your older siblings call you crybaby and stuff like that. You don't want to be a crybaby, so you tend not to cry. You sort of grow emotionless. So I wanted to grow stronger. So again, I put myself in places where I would see how strong I am. I remember this one time we had like these little 5 pounds at the house, and I would just lift them continuously. Like, I was like, well, if this is the only weight that I have, this is all I have to do. But that's some of the things that I would do, honestly, just to keep my mind off of not being weak, or not being in a mental space of like being weak. Like, that was a thing. And I think, again, that comes from the outside looking in. You're weak. You're skinny. You're weak. However, now I would like to think that's not necessarily the truth, because as we see with people with and without Marfan, or let's just say without Marfan, they strive to be slim and trim and ripped. There we go. They strive to be ripped. They want to have all this strength, but they don't want to necessarily pack on all the muscle. So again, that's the body type that correlates with what's going on with me. So again, that's what I try to do. I do exercises and workouts to make me get that slim and trim body, as far as like, okay, if I know I can't gain weight, but I have like figured out like this type of way for me to gain muscle, that's what I'm going to try to do. So again, now I can say it looks good on me. I can still eat, work out the way I want, and still not necessarily worry about me putting on a pound and me being bulky. But I'm overall strong, and that's something that I've always wanted to strive to do. So yeah, and again, it worked out doing what I need to do. I still try to stay in the gym every day. I know for this one of my goals is to do 10 pull-ups every day, Monday through Sunday. If that's the only thing that I do throughout the day is doing 10 pull-ups. Because what the objective is, and I'll share this, what the objective is to be able to do one muscle up. And I think I just saw it like on a YouTube video or a couple of YouTube videos. It's like if you could do 10 pull-ups straight, you could do at least one muscle up. So that's what I'm striving to do. And I think I could do it. I was definitely working on it last year as far as like getting my strength up, getting my triceps up, getting my shoulders up. And I would say that since my most recent heart surgery, that doing tricep dips are a little bit more difficult. I think my triceps have faded, but I'm still working on it. So again, I think my triceps are where they need to be. My strength is where it needs to be. But that the tricep dip is, I'm still working on it. Maybe I need a more comfortable pair of gloves. Maybe I need a different setup for my tricep dip or whatever the case may be. But, so yeah, that's my goal. Become stronger, to do 10 pull-ups effortlessly, actually, and those 10 pull-ups to equate to one pull-up. To one muscle up. And again, if you haven't seen a muscle up, that's where you pull up and then you push yourself over the bar to where you're basically standing, quote unquote, on your two arms on the bar. So that's the goal. Once I'm able to do one muscle up, I think I'll just retire. I feel like I've done everything. But that's definitely one thing I'm trying to do. So the next thing is having fears, or fears normal. Yeah, of course. I think everyone has fears. Again, like I said, my fears, heights, spiders, and reptiles. Those are the three things that I don't want to be around at any time of day. I've never touched a snake. And again, I know there's non-poisonous ones out there, and I know that people put boa constrictors on their bodies and all that. Nope, I'm fine. Spiders, again, they're small or huge, they can bite you, they can kill you. It's not something that I'm interested in. And again, same for reptiles. They're small, they can bite you, you can touch them, and they kill you. Not interested. And again, the fear of heights. I don't know where the fear of heights honestly came from. I think probably a traumatic experience is, again, I can't even think back on the traumatic experience that what probably got me to where I don't like heights. Because again, you know that you can have that one traumatic experience. Like, nope, I don't swim, I've almost drowned, don't like it. Which I have almost drowned, but that doesn't stop me from getting in the pool or the ocean. I'm just a little bit more cautious when I go in those water settings, because again, I have almost drowned twice. And again, it wasn't a good experience. I had a lot of water in my body, I had a lot of water in my lungs. Didn't like it at all. Don't want to go there anymore. But again, having fears, I think it's normal. I really do think it's normal. Again, my fear was of being weak. Again, I don't want to be weak. I don't want to be classified as weak. But I am, as I'm growing, and again, as I have I guess I would say access to more video, or just more content, more video feeds and stuff like that. I've realized that I have a cap on the strength that I'm able to, I guess, necessarily achieve. But again, I don't think I've reached that cap yet, and I don't plan on reaching that cap anytime soon. If that sounds better, I want to reach that cap as quick as possible, because I want to know if I can cap it and top that cap. But yes, I have the fear of just being weak, because again, when I just get off my surgery, it would be hard for me to sit down, because again, my philosophy is the longer you sit, the weaker you get. Especially after something like that, like a heart surgery or ankle surgery. And again, I've noticed it, because I've lost I've lost that muscle that I've gained in that time. Again, as we all know, you go into surgery and you spend 2 days, 1 day in the bed. All your necessary progress is gone, especially if you have a cardiovascular condition that doesn't hold any weight. All that progress that you've had is gone, and I've ran across that too many times that I don't want that to happen. And again, I know if I have another heart surgery, God forbid, or any other type of surgery, it's going to happen. I just don't want it to. And again, that's a fear of mine because all the work that I've done, I'm going to have to do it again. And if not 2, 3 times, 4 times harder. I've also realized with every surgery that I've had to work twice as hard to get back to where I wanted to be. I believe my surgery back in 2018. And back in 2018, I think I went into the hospital weighing 220, 210, 220, and I would like to think like, yeah, that was pure muscle. I was doing what I needed to do and trying to stay fit without, like, of course, like I would say, killing myself. But I was trying to stay fit, and by the time I came out the hospital, I believe I was anywhere between 165 and 175. So I only put over 40 pounds. I lost a lot of weight, and it took forever to get it back because your appetite's not there. Your appetite's not there. Your drive to do anything is not there. My drive to watch TV was shot. I didn't want to watch TV. I didn't want to get out of bed. But honestly, I knew that I had, again, to get back to where I wanted to be, I had to work twice as hard. So after I felt like my recovery point was then and there, I worked twice as hard to get back to where I needed to be. And again, it looked better in a sense. And even then, it looked better because I had this scar going from my belly button to my back. And then I would, like, when I started, like, taking pictures of, like, my back and how it looked, I had a 6-pack on my back, and I was like, I didn't have that prior to going in. So I was putting in twice as much work, and it seemed like I got twice as much as the result. So again, I was happy with that. I'm still working to get that 6-pack back on my back as we speak since my other heart surgery, because again, it all went away after all that progress that I diligently put in. So yeah, I'm working towards that. So again, I have that fear, but any other fear it's normal. So again, I use my strength, my necessarily physical strength to get out of my headset, or not my headset, my mindset out of, like, being fearful of certain things. So again, I think that's even why, like, if you fear something, people be like, go to the gym. If you fear something's gonna happen, go to the gym, work out that fear, work out that anger, work out that frustration. Or again, in our case, if you're not comfortable with going to the gym, doing something else that takes your mind off of that fear, because fears are normal, but you can help them pass, or you can sort of cope with them by doing something else that makes you quote unquote happy. So again, going to the gym makes me happy, watching TV makes me happy, watching a good movie makes me happy, just chilling around doing nothing makes me happy after a stressful moment and stuff like that. So now, even looking to, this has not led to when my mind is on other things. So again, we'll see how it goes. The next one is being younger and not being able to do things that require strength. So this is like what I said earlier. Opening a jar of, like, pasta sauce. I don't think I was able to open a jar of pasta sauce until, like, the 4th, 5th grade. Well, I know other children around me that didn't necessarily even think like that or care to open a jar of pasta sauce. They could open it. But again, I think, and that's how much it means to me. Like, when I was able to do that, I opened every jar of pasta sauce that I could possibly get my hands on. Because I was like, oh, look what I can do, look what I can do. And it might not be as significant to someone else, but it was very significant. So, like, even from that, I've come a long way. But just to even think that, wow, that was my benchmark. Opening a jar of pasta sauce, jumping off the bed, and not breaking a bone or anything like that. Those were my benchmarks because a lot of stuff like that wasn't normal or wasn't normal for me to do. And then when you can't open it, oh, you're weak. You can't open it. You're weak. So that's just one thing that I didn't really care to do or have that kind of stuff like that. But I mean, as time progressed, I there'll be a lie to say that I've totally gotten over not necessarily being strong enough. But as time has passed, I feel that as if I'm coping better with the fact that I'm not gonna necessarily be the strongest in the room all the time. There's gonna be a lot of things that I'm unable to do until further notice. And I think I have to accept that and live with that. And again, I think that's fine. That's what I'm getting to now. But again, that's my number one. I just don't know how many times I can say it. That is my number one thing. Is being as strong as I possibly can be. Like I tell my girlfriend now, it's just like you can't hurt me. Like when she'll probably like step on my foot or whatever the case may be. Like again, it's all accidental. But oh sorry, hush. Like even with my mom, she's like hush. But no, I'm like, I tell my mom, but no, you can't hurt me. Like this is, I want to be able to, I'm able to take the pain, and so I say that, and even then that makes me, you could say it makes me hard-headed, but it makes me mentally tough to the point where I don't necessarily want to be able to get hurt physically. So I work on that as much as I can. Again, that's the strength, toughness, whatever else you can call it, hard-headedness or whatever you want to call it. But that's how that's one way that I cope with having Marfan, is being quote unquote impenetrable. So yeah, and again, the next thing was accepting that I might not be the strongest person. And I've accepted that. I've seen that there's people weaker than me, there's people stronger than me, and whatever else the case may be, I just know that I want to be able to do the things that I know that I should be capable of doing. I won't explain too much, but again, I want to know that I'm capable of doing the things I'm able to do. If I'm not able to do it, I have to strengthen myself to be able to do it. I'm not saying I'm lifting 100-pound desks or 200-pound desks every day, but if it calls for it, I want to be able to do it. I want to be able to quote unquote help. And I think that's another part of what it is. I want to be able to help. I want to be able to move that big piece of furniture. I want to be able to do this, do that. Because again, it sucks not being, it's like, again, call it a man thing. It is a man thing. It's not being able to be like useful. So therefore, I work on my strength. I do what I need to do so that I'm capable of doing the duty whenever it is called upon me to do it. That's just how I am. That's just what it's been. Again, I tried to get out of it. I'm working on it. Accepting the fact that you're not necessarily the strongest in the room is fun. But it is what it is. So I work with it. I cope with it. However, I would say like one thing that definitely motivates me to again keep accomplishing these strength goals. You guys probably laugh at this one. Is I like to call it a Dragon Ball Z complex or Dragon Ball complex. And again, if you ever watched Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Z, I'm not gonna talk about any other anime except for Dragon Ball Z on this podcast. If you watch Dragon Ball Z, you've always seen that Goku always strives to be the best. He's always striving to defeat the strongest. You're the strongest enemy that I've ever faced. You're the strongest enemy that I've ever faced. But again, he beats them and keeps training. He doesn't necessarily stop. And again, not to say that I have any enemies, I've faced them, blah, blah, blah. I just don't want to stop. I feel like there's always a level to reach. Like, I feel like I reached Super Saiyan in high school. Great. I think now I'm like, I'm on like Super Saiyan 4, Super Saiyan 5. Like, I've always had this, like, I want to have that drive that I want to be the strongest in the room. Not necessarily saying that I am, or I've noticed that I won't be, but I want to feel like I am. I think that's what it is. So that Dragon Ball Z complex is definitely something that I look forward to actually having and keeping. Because again, like, what else can you do? What else can you do? Like, again, people are doing fingertip push-ups. I want to be able to do fingertip push-ups one day. Again, I thought when I was able to do push-ups with my fists, I thought that was a pretty good accomplishment. But again, that was normal for somebody else. That was an accomplishment for me. So again, that just classified me in my own lane of like, all right, I'm this strong now. Who else is doing this? I haven't seen it. I know I'm doing it, so I'm this strong now. But all in all, that is basically what that is. It's just being. That's how I would say makes me comfortable, amongst other things. But that is one of the things that makes me comfortable with having Marfan, and not like I can get rid of it or anything like that. But that's one of the things that makes me comfortable, which is I can how would I say this? I can always become stronger. I can always work to become stronger. I can always work to become stronger than I was yesterday. I can always do things that'll help me make my muscles as big as they can, as strong as they can be, and stuff like that. So again, that's just one of the things that I've always dealt with, and just always, I would say, like that, well, dealt with and thought about as time progressed, as time went on. Is how can I become stronger? Ooh, look at this new workout. Can I do this? Can I do that? And again, this is all against the grain, as you might say, because again, we're supposed to be sitting down, but again, to me, it's like if I'm sitting down, I'm getting weak, and I don't want to be weak, I want to be strong. So then I have to do the things that make me feel good, and do the things that make me feel stronger. So that's what I do. So let's see. I wrote down. So this is from my quote-unquote conclusion. I wrote down that as I said the episode before, if you listen to episode 4, and I remember this as I was saying it, I would be a beast in lifting weights, and I think I meant to say like I would be a beast in lifting weights if it was like came down to like a competitive thing or a competition thing, or again if I didn't have Marfan and like, I was aiming for a certain type of physique, I would accomplish it. But hands down, I would definitely accomplish it, whether if it was like a bodybuilder type physique or a or let's just say like a Conor McGregor shredded type physique or something like that, I would accomplish it. And I think that those are and that's what I'm saying. Like, those are the things that I should necessarily strive to do. I've created a regimen. I've done my perfect protein powder. I've done the creatine thing. It's just things that will help me build or help me build what I'm trying to accomplish. I've tried it all. I've done it all. And I'm not gonna say all. Everything that I've come across, I'm pretty sure there's more out there that I'm willing to try. But I think I've found my formula. I haven't necessarily found my formula. Like I said, it's working for me. My muscle up. I'm gonna try to do it by March 31st, 2023. If I can do it by March 31st, 2023, I would feel so accomplished. The only thing that's capping me is necessarily a cap is the ceiling in my gym apartment complex. I have to find a higher what's the thing called? Ceiling for my muscle up, because I'm 6'4", if I'm putting half my body above the thing. It's only a 7 foot ceiling. I might hurt something. So yeah, other than that, but like I said, yeah, if I was to do this for like a competition, I'd be a beast. I think that I would have any physique that I would be trying to get, whether if it was just a 200 solid, held a 200 solid, and again, it won't look ultra skinny. It'll just look like a muscle bound person. I'll take it. I would definitely take it. So again, let's go. Words of advice. So my words of advice for today is no fears. Again, if you have those fears, I would tell you to try to not have fears, and when you're experiencing those fears, counteract them. If you do that thing, well, this is me talking, right? Do that thing that you're scared of. So now I'm talking about myself. Again, I've been bungee jumping and I jumped out of a plane. I've encountered or I've counterattacked my fear of heights. Now let's work on this fear. I'm not buying a spider. I get close enough to spiders if they're just being on the ground. So let's not go there. But again, now let's say reptiles. Alright. If I'm telling you guys no fear and stuff like that, next time I'm around a snake, I'll pet it. I don't know about putting it around my neck or anything like that, but for you guys, I'll pet this. If it's an albino, boa constrictor, whatever the case may be, I'll pet this snake. We'll see what happens. And I'm gonna put it on camera and I'm gonna put it on my YouTube channel just so you guys can see that I actually pet the snake. And I'm gonna say it again as I look in the camera. Next time I'm around a snake, I'll pet the snake. Just again to counteract that fear. Next thing is so I do want to say that be careful if you do decide to lift weights, whether Marfans or not. I have seen a lot of fail videos. That's my new thing on Facebook. Whatever algorithm has kicked in, I'm watching a lot of I don't want to get his name wrong, Brian Shaw or Eddie Shaw, but again, like the two last leading world's strongest men. I've been watching their videos and I've been watching a lot of fail videos. And it's just like, okay, guys, be careful. I think a lot of people are doing a lot of dumb stuff when they come inside the gym, and they, again, do what the machine was intended for. Don't do anything else, or again, do the weight that you know you can do at that time. If you haven't built up to that, you can't just jump to it. You have to build to it. But again, my word of advice is be careful with anything that you're doing in the gym. Or anything that you're doing anywhere, but again, for us, if you do decide to lift weights, my only word of advice is to be careful, take it, and if you feel your body screaming at you, don't ignore it, put the weight down, take a whole breather, stop if you need to, and resume when you or your body feels comfortable. Again, that's what I do. I don't play. I don't play anymore. If it shouts, I'm out. That's like my saying. If it shouts, then I am. So signing off. So let me see. And I'm gonna stop calling out like the themes of the show, but it is keeping me on track. So I like that. So we'll see how far it goes. And when I stop calling out the segments of the show, like I said, it's a long podcast, so we can go together. Signing off. So again, my last podcast, I posted all the links how to reach me, whether on the personal page with Marfan homie and both my how to reach me, DM me, email me and stuff like that. It's all in the descriptions of the podcast, whether you're on Anchor or Apple Podcast. Like I said, the YouTube channel is coming soon. To see if I can get this one uploaded, new one. Trying to upload it a different type of way. So we're gonna see if we can get that uploaded. What else is there? And again, if today's today, it dropped a couple days from today, but if today is Tuesday, it should be on the web by Friday. Again, trying to keep it and trying to keep my 2 weeks going. So like again, if you have a fear, attack it. If you don't want to be called weak, get your strength up and make sure you're doing it too. If you're actually getting your strength up, and it's just that you feel strong. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Make sure you're doing it so you can feel strong. If you do feel weak, do something to make you feel strong. But yeah, that's all I have for today. And I think this was more just to, again, let you know everyone has fears. Everyone does feel weak or anything at the time. But again, there's ways to counteract that. Mine was Dragon Ball Z complex. I had to reach the next level every time that I worked out. I had to reach the next level. Fears, again, did the bungee jump, did the jumping on the plane, plan on going again and stuff like that. And now the next one is to pet a snake. We'll work on the whole wrapping around the neck a little bit later, but the next thing is to pet the snake. So we'll see how that goes. But again, if you guys have any questions, anything you want to say, holla at me. Marfan Homie, all social media. And then, of course, I also link my personal social medias in my description, so get at me on there. And again, this is Eli with the Marfan Homie signing out.